Hello and welcome back to this lovely orange kitchen. So what we are doing today is we've decided to kind of change course a little bit. What we were planning on doing when we moved in was we were going to get the master bedroom painted and get all the carpet ripped out and whatnot and basically get that livable. And we wanted to do that so that we could move out of our travel trailer and here into the double wide. And we did do that. So then the plan was to do the next portion of the house, which would be this main living area, which is kitchen. There's kind of a living area back there, little dining space here, and then living room behind me. So we thought about doing that and the laundry room next. But I think what we're actually gonna do is try to finish up the rest of the house all in one go. And when I say finish up, I mean we're getting all of the carpets out of here. We are getting the walls. We're using the original oil-based Kills primer on all of the walls, including this lovely Harvest wallpaper. So we've done that in the bedroom, and then normal latex paint adheres to it really well. So we're gonna go ahead and do that for the rest of the house. And like I said, we were thinking about just doing this living area and the laundry room next. And then in the third stage, we would do the bathroom that's out here and the 2 back bedrooms. However, if you've ever worked with the oil-based original Kills, it is extremely smelly, like incredibly toxic smelling. So because of that, I kind of just want to get it all done in one fell swoop. It's quite the process. I mean, it goes quickly because we have a paint sprayer, but we have to get everything masked off, everything taped off. We've got to find a place to put the cats where they won't get harmed by the noxious fumes. And we've got to go through and spray. Then we have to wait for that to dry, and then we have to go in and spray the regular latex paint to seal in that stinky, nasty primer. So it is quite the process, and I think that we're just gonna push to get it all done in one fell swoop. So what I'm doing today is our back 2 bedrooms. One of them is where the cats hang out. They have their food and their water and their cat boxes back there. And then the other bedroom is cram-packed full of most of our stuff. So I'm gonna be working on getting as much of the stuff out of that other bedroom as I can. A lot of it can go into our master. It either can be put away in there or it can be stacked in there. And we'll have just our master bedroom really stuffed full for a little while, but I think it's worth it to be able to just finish this up. I am getting tired of the really dark paneling on the walls, and just it's really dark in here. There's not much overhead lighting, and I know as the days get shorter I'm gonna be really craving that light more and more. So I really want to go ahead and get this wrapped up, be able to put the kitchen in a better working order, and just kind of be done with that project that feels like it's looming over our heads. So I'm gonna get started pulling stuff out of that extra room and getting it put away into the master bedroom, which is on the other side of the kitchen behind me there, and we'll see what kind of damage we can do in that room. Because the kitchen's not actually done yet, most of the cabinet doors are all off. The drawers, everything is just not done, and so I haven't really been using the space except for these few upper cabinets. Now I have cleaned them all out really good with disinfectant, and they're clean, they're just ugly. I've just been using mostly these few upper cabinets to store stuff. But what I'm gonna do is I took the old cabinet that we pulled out of the master bedroom, actually put that back in there, and I'm using it for storage for the kitchen stuff while we get the rest of the place painted. So I'm gonna move as much of this stuff as possible into there. I think I'm gonna work on, no, I'm not gonna do that first. But I think first, before I start doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting the rest of our boxes of clothes out of the extra room. The weather is starting to change a little bit here. We're still in the high 80s, mid to high 80s, or low 90s. So it is still pretty warm here, but it won't be too much longer before we're gonna need jackets and hats and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and working in the rest of our clothes out of that extra room. Since I have the appropriate place to put them in the master now, I'm gonna get those out of there and get them organized and put away, and then we'll go from there. So this is the extra bedroom where we have most of our stuff stored. You can see we have like a couple of desks in here, some extra blankets and stuff, boxes of clothing. This was actually all stacked up and really organized, but the longer you live out of boxes, the more you have to break open boxes to find stuff that you need. So it's becoming slightly annoying every time you try to find something and you're in here having to break down boxes and break open boxes, but you can't actually put the stuff away yet. So that is another huge motivating factor for just getting all of the painting done throughout the entire house so that we can move everything out of here and just get it put where it's supposed to live. So I am going to work on getting all of the clothes out of here. They're kind of all over the place right now, so we'll have to figure out what we're doing here and how to get everything where it belongs, but I'm gonna get started on that. So we have all these baskets from our last house. If you remember, if you watched any of our older videos, if you remember, as you walked in, we had our washer and dryer right there and then a bunch of open shelves. And all of these baskets we had them all for storage. So of course I brought them with us. I think what I'm gonna do is use these to put in the top of the closet for things that we're not currently needing, such as like wintertime clothes, because while the temperatures are coming down, it's still quite warm here. So we don't really need, you know, beanie caps and wool socks and all that stuff just yet. So I think I'm going to utilize these in that way.
Heading back to what used to be home, passing by those little towns I know so well, stopping for gas and then I'm behind the wheel again. Driving this like a spiritual cleanse, where every mile is a new beginning and every bend holds a new end.
Doesn't seem like you have that many clothes until you go hang them all up. I think part of my problem is I have a lot of clothes that are like designated like work clothes, in that they have paint or on them or holes in them, and so they become work clothes. And I kind of need to pare those down because I think I have too many work clothes and not enough real clothes. So it's probably a good thing I'm doing this, because I can kind of pull stuff as I'm going through and see like, okay, am I actually going to be wearing this, or is it really just taking up space? Because one only needs like so many sweatshirts to work outside in.
Eyes on the road, don't lose control. I'm speeding fast to chase my soul. I'm driving to get away.
So we have this big armoire and we put this in our bedroom. Initially it was in the bathroom. I did clean it really, really well. The whole thing has been sanitized. So now we're putting it in our master bedroom. We're just going to use this for storage in here for a little bit. I don't know if eventually this will stay in the house or if we'll get rid of it. It's just cheaply made furniture. But I mean, for the time being, it works for what we need it for, which is pantry space that can be out of the main living area as we get ready to paint that. So anyway, as you can see, I've got canned foods in here. Like our garbage bags and stuff are in one of the drawers down there. I'm going to put like baking stuff and like baking utensils, measuring cups, all of that stuff in these drawers right here. So yeah, I'm just going to work on getting that kind of organized right now. I'm just slowly pulling stuff out of that other room. The thing with when we moved is that all of our boxes were pretty well organized and labeled as to what was in them. However, at the very end, the last few boxes of stuff that we were still using right up until the point we moved, that all just got thrown in boxes without any labeling, and it's really a hodgepodge of stuff. So I'm working on going through those boxes. I'm kind of organizing them and separating them and labeling them, because they are going to be boxed up again and tucked away. I just kind of want to know what's in each one. But anyway, the kitchen stuff that I could be using in the next couple weeks, I'm going to go ahead and put in here so that it's not in the kitchen. It's not something that I'm going to put away in the kitchen and then have to move out in the next week or so. I'm going to get working on putting a few more things in here.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
All right, as you can see, we have a long way to go still. I did get quite a bit done in here. I pulled out a bunch of the totes that we used to keep underneath our bed of food storage, and those are in the bedroom. Got out a bunch of the kitchen stuff. I got most of our clothes pulled out of here and put away in the closet. And we're kind of utilizing that big armoire for kitchen stuff moving forward. So anyway, as I had said, we have a lot to do in here still. It's definitely taking longer than I thought it would, but that's pretty much the case with any project that I do. So anyway, what are your thoughts, Robert, about doing the rest of the house in one go instead of breaking it up into 2 parts?
I mean, there's advantages and disadvantages to both. The biggest advantage is we just want to get it done and be finished with it. So I'm totally fine with taking a little bit longer to finish with the tear out. We'll put everything in the garage for now and just be done and able to finish moving everything into the spot that it should go. Yeah. And just be settled, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be worth it. It's going to be a little bit of extra work up front and kind of shuffling stuff around. But I think in the long run, we'll be happy to just have it finished up. So anyway, well, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you being here. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Even if the sky is falling down.